All right, I'm live from the room. So, my mountaineering tips. When a guy from Arizona goes mountaineering in Antarctica. So, quick background. Definitely do hiking regularly, but we're talking like day hikes, like Camelback Mountain, or not even day hikes. We're talking like hour hikes, 2 hour hikes. And I've done a couple of 2 or 3 day hikes, Central America, South America. This was definitely my first uh, it's probably my first winter hike period. I haven't gone skiing and stuff, but I don't remember ever going up a mountain. So anyway, here's my mountaineering tips. One, if you're know what kind of shape you're in, there's definitely people that turn back because they're not in the right shape. Figure out what level of intensity it's going to be, and be honest with yourself. I guess that's going to be tip one. Two, make sure you have all the gear, including the actual mountaineering shoes. If they're super hard, like rollerblade shoes, I'll show you mine. If the front bends, it is not a mountaineering shoe. They need to be able to hook on crampons, which are like the spike things that go on the bottom. Really, no problem walking with those. I had no problem going up, which is usually the story with any mountain. I usually have my problems going down, and this one was no different. Going up, you're all tied into each other, and I'm the heaviest. I'm 90 kilos, 200 pounds, so I'm at the back of the line. So I'm walking in other people's footprints, kind of easy. But then coming back, I'm at the front of the line, and our guide wanted to go back a different way from which we came. Why? I'll never know. But yeah, so I'm sinking in the snow. At one point, I mean, it was going almost up to waist level. It was pretty bad sinkage going on. That's where I learned what happens when a guy from Arizona tries to hike in Antarctica. I had all the right gear, but I definitely didn't have it on tight enough. My boots weren't tight. My pants don't tie off at the bottom. I was not wearing gaiters. To me, a gator is an animal in Florida that hangs out in the swamp. Well, I probably should have borrowed my roommate's gaiters or whatever. My buddy here came prepared. Yeah, because first started kind of getting on my legs. My pants were coming up as I'm getting deeper and deeper, trudging into snow. And then the ice got on my feet, and that was very, very hard and painful. I had to take my shoe off once we hit a landing and pour out ice and water, and it was the first time I ever was walking, and my feet are freezing, but my upper body is sweating profusely. Like, it is a tough hike. So yeah, not only get the right gear, but make sure you wear the gear correctly. I screwed up, completely on me. And speaking of gear, I brought the right boots. I think I brought kind of the right pants, jacket, all that. I did not bring the right bag. Your bag needs to be able to hold a decent amount of stuff, because you might put the snowshoes in the bag once you switch to crampons. Snowshoes are like these platform type things. It makes it easier to walk in snow. And I had to clip them onto my bag, which luckily they didn't fall off, because when you're up there, if they fall off, they are falling off. And they might slide and go for it. You don't want to be that guy. So yeah, make sure your bag is big enough to hold it. I brought a water bottle and a pee bottle. I actually brought 2 water bottles, and I figured if worst case scenario, my second water bottle becomes a pee bottle, because anything you bring in Antarctica, you have to bring back. Luckily, it didn't come down to that. Before every landing, I make sure I use the toilet, even when I don't have to. Highly, highly recommended. You know who you are, guys. Yeah, I think that's it. So, make sure everything's super tight. Make sure you have the right gear. Make sure your bag is large enough to hold snowshoes and also your coat, because I started without my coat. Like, Antarctica is not as cold as you think, especially in the summer, and especially when you're working. And one more tip, just in case, do this one for me. Bring extra socks in the bag, because if your feet do get wet, I wish I had extra socks. I was considering putting my glove warmer on my foot, but yeah, my feet made it back okay. So yeah, but overall, as with all things here, still glad I did it. Okay, 2 bonus tips I just thought of. Make sure that all of your pockets are zip pockets. Shit can fall out, so on your coat, on your pants, everything should be able to zip up. And tip number 2, do some research on the the mountaineering acts. Like to me, again, I'm a guy from Arizona. I never climbed up a snowy mountain. To me, it was just look cool in pictures, you know. But as it turns out, you can use that to kind of brace yourself going up the mountain. Use it almost as a handle as you're punching it in the snow and climbing up with it. I know all the winter people are going to laugh at me, but you summer people, you guys know we all screwed up that same mistake. Bonus tip number 3. You guys can see my nose. Wear sunscreen. Yes, that is all.